Hey everybody, this is KGK Revealed back from his break. I apologize. I had to worry about my schooling. Basically, it was finals week, so for the last month, I have been studying like a geek. You know, I mean, I'm already a geek because I'm doing videos like this, so that's what makes me a geek. But you know, school is really important, so I had to take care of that first. But I'm back and I'm gonna continue this series for everybody who watches them. So this time around, I decided to go to the movie section again. This time I went to Lord of the Rings, thinking about making Legolas next. But here, right now, I took a request from someone who watches the videos. He wanted me to make Aragorn, so I did. He said he has his own, but he wanted to see how I make him. So I did this a few days ago, actually. And I got this. Now, I took a Google image of Aragorn and basically made him off of that. And honestly, I feel that I captured him as best as I could right now. I mean, there's probably some things I could do to him. I'm looking at him and I have a few ideas, but they're not, I don't think they'll necessarily be necessary. You know, and people can voice their opinions on some stuff I should add. I would definitely appreciate that. But you know, at the same time, if you really like it, then please put down, like, comment that as well if you really like this character. All right, so now let's get to it. Let's get to the physical attributes first. So let's start with the body. Now, with the Google image that I had, I noticed that Aragorn's frame was like, I'll say an average build. He wasn't small, but he wasn't big. You know, he was an average built person. So I didn't change any of the parameters at all. You could change muscle mass, but here is really not necessary because when we get to the clothing section, you'll give chainmail to him as an undergarment set. So you do not really need to affect this at all in any way whatsoever. It's put this way. The muscle mass will not show through the clothes the way it was shown like if I was wearing a t-shirt. So there's no point really. Okay, so now we get to the equipment. Let's start with the undergarments. For that we use the chainmail. He wears chainmail underneath his clothing. For the upper body we use the cloth surcoat. For the lower body we have the slacks. And then for the hip equipment we have the holster. For the neck there's the cordierite necklace. And for the arm equipment, we use the Tiger Lily gauntlets. For the ankle equipment, I have bandages. This is optional. You can use socks. You can have nothing. It doesn't really make a difference. But the only thing that you want to do when you're making these choices is how will he look like if, by chance, let's say you're playing online or you're playing at home with your friends, you get fucked up. It happens to everyone. You know, there's that one person who kicks your ass so badly that he knocks the clothes right off your character. You're just like, oh shit, I hate you, you know. But now your character's naked and whatever. You know, make Aragorn look like a battle scarred person after he got his clothes knocked off. So that's why I use bandages a lot. For the feet equipment, I use the cuff boots, and that's everything for the equipment. There's other things you can give him, but I'm not gonna give him. Like, of course, you can give him the quiver. You can give him the quiver for his back. You can even give him the bow, like a long bow, but don't need to. Now, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna make Legolas. I just looked at it. I'm sorry guys. I'm definitely gonna make Legolas. That's gonna happen. But there's a quiver, elf ears, and the long bow. It just is screaming to me, make him now. I don't know why I didn't see that before. I'm sorry, but if you want, you could give him like a scroll for his waist, you know, like as a map in the color like dark black, or make it like a very dark goldish color, and you could give him that for the map that they have, you know, whenever they go around and stuff. You know, he's a ranger after all, so he has to have some kind of map in his possession. You know, whatever you want to do is up to you. That's extra stuff. Alright, now that we did the equipment, let's get to the colors. But before we get to colors, I'll get to the weapon style next. Alright, for the weapon style, I use the Mitsurugi style, obviously. I hope it's obvious. Don't see what other style you'll give me. He uses a sword. He uses it one-handedly, and sometimes he switches it two hands, but usually it's one-handed. You could give him Patroclus, but that wouldn't fit at all. And then the only other style is Sway, which also wouldn't fit because he doesn't do all that power shit. He's just a warrior, so Mitsurugi would fit for that perfectly. At least in my opinion. I mean, everyone has their own opinions to shit. You probably would think Raphael would be his style, but it's whatever. Now for effects, I use the Outrageous pack. You can use other packs, probably the anime pack, or some people may use the magic pack, I don't know. Other people say, fuck a pack, just make them kick ass. I use the Outrageous pack because I wanted to make it look like blood is coming out of them or something. But do not, please guys, I know it's your own character, you can do what you want, but please don't troll on my characters. I don't want to go online and see this guy and someone put the fucking angel pack or the QT pack or the manga pack on it. It's just, oh my god, I still want to feel like I got trolled on trying to help people out with characters, or just, I don't want to feel like that guy got trolled on. Alright, but enough of that. Let's get to the colors. The skin tone, I don't think I changed it one little bit, but if I did, 265. For the hair, facial, and eyebrow color, I set to 5630. Now, normally I would tell you to make the eyebrows darker, but in this case, since it's so dark, it doesn't even matter. It's already dark enough. You could go one tone lighter, but I think 5630 is better. But if you want 5631, feel free to do so. It's up to you, Okay, now for the eye color, the first color palette is 9626, and the second color palette is going to be flat out 0 for everything. So the body color is finished. Now it's the equipment color. So let's start with the undergarments. The undergarments, I do not believe I changed one little thing. There's no need to. That's the chainmail. So unless you know what you want to change for the chainmail, there's no reason to it. But for the surcoat, this is where we get to some interesting stuff. The first color palette, I made 5631. Alright? The second color palette, this is where it gets a little tricky. The problem with the surcoat is, for you should have white be your t-shirt, like a white t-shirt, just a plain out white t-shirt. And you're probably saying, what the fuck, Aragorn didn't have a t-shirt on. Not no white t-shirt that was that long. And you're right, he did. He had just chainmail and he had his best outfit on. So, what I did to cover this fact, which is what you always have to do on this shit, is with the second color palette, I used a pattern. I made a pattern of Modern 11 on his t-shirt, and then I sized it all the way down. Then what I did was I made the first color 9025, and then I made the second color white, solid white. Now if you notice, it should give a chainmail looking effect. It actually looks like chainmail. So basically it looks like there's two different sets of chainmail on them. The one that you see at the bottom there, and then the t-shirt. But here's the catch. When you're fighting, more than likely, you're only going to notice the t-shirt. And honestly, the t-shirt looks like a better set of chainmail anyway, because the chainmail underneath is better as far as the real, like, it's, looks like real, like more real chainmail, but it just doesn't have that video game effect at the same time. Like, it's supposed to be more of a loose set chainmail or whatever, but it's not like that. So that chainmail hugs on the character and stuff, where the t-shirt variation doesn't. It just gives a breath of like fresh air, So you use that. Play at the angle if you want, but just match up the chainmail of the shirt to the chainmail, the actual chainmail. Okay, so that's the second color palette. The last color palette, I think I left alone, but it's 3720 if I did not. For the lower body equipment or the slacks, make that black, solid black, 1030. For the belt, the first color palette is 4029 to give the belt a leather effect. For the metal pieces on the belt, a buckle and such, 7021. And then for the blades, the two daggers on the back of the belt, I gave those a more metallic effect. So I use 13218, but other people can use other colors. You could probably use a lighter color, 132.7 will work as well. I'm actually gonna go with that. I actually kind of like that right now, 132.7. That looks cool too. So that looks more metallic to me actually right now when I look at it. Okay, so the neck equipment, I don't change one little bit. That stays the same. By the way, the neck equipment is optional. I use it because it reminded me of the item that Frodo got from the elf in the forest. With, you know, what he used in throughout the movie. Whenever orcs were nearby, it would glow, and he'll know orcs was nearby. I forgot the name of the device. If anyone knows it, you know, tell me so that way I can put this in my video as an annotation, because I sound pretty free in the knowledge of Lord of the Rings right now. So I'm sure there's some Lord of the Rings guys out there. It's like, how dare you? And I'm sorry, I don't watch the movie like that. Okay, but for the arm equipment, make it black. 9031 works. For the second color palette, I made it 6015. For the third color palette, I made it 9620. The last thing you have to worry about here is going to be the feet. For all the color palettes on the boots, 3626. And make the arm equipment, the ankle equipment, basically the bandages. You know what? Make it black. You can make it black. That way, it gets fucked up. The boot gets broken through some mystical, magical force that the game does not explain. It looks like he has some kind of shoes on still. Okay, guys, that's almost it. No stickers here. Unless you want to use stickers for yourself, there's no stickers needed. You can probably use a sticker for like a badge, but I don't remember him having a badge. Alright, for the weapon color now, for his actual sword, the first color palette is 9017, and the other ones are just going to be solid black, 9031 for everything. The handle, the sheath, it's going to be solid black. For the weapon trail, I use 9031, so that way when he slashes, it looks like his sword is going through the wind. It gives a more solid effect for his character. Alright, so that's it for Aragorn. I'm going to show you how he fights, but this is basically it for Aragorn. You'll see why I picked the voice that I picked. I mean, it didn't sound good in the character creation, but it should sound better here. Okay guys, so that's Aragorn right there. Because I made this guy, looking at the other stuff they had to offer in the game, realized I could make a good Legolas. But that'll be for another week. I mean, I'll have to basically spend some time to make him. So, this week I already have a couple of plans for characters to show you. One of us is going to use the same feature that I showed you with the chainmail in this one. Hint, hint. Chronicles. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this feature, guys. This is KGKProductionz with another SoulCalibur 5 CAS tutorial video. Till then, good gaming.